In a world mapped and measured, where borders are fiercely guarded and sovereignty a sacred concept, there exists a fascinating fringe, a realm of self-proclaimed nations, born not of treaties or revolutions, but often from the singular vision and sometimes the wonderfully eccentric minds of individuals who decided to rule absolutely nothing and yet everything within their self-defined domain. Meet the kings and queens of nothing. They command no armies, govern minuscule territories, and their decrees hold sway over perhaps a handful of loyal subjects, or sometimes just themselves. Yet, their dedication to their invented realms is often absolute, their personalities as colorful as the homemade flags they fly. This is a journey into the captivating world of micronation rulers, the dreamers, the rebels, and the delightfully bizarre individuals who dared to crown themselves. What is a micronation? Unlike unrecognized states that often have genuine political aspirations and territorial claims, micronations are typically small, self-declared entities that lack any international recognition. They are often the brainchild of a single person or a small group, motivated by a range of factors: political protest, artistic expression, a desire for personal freedom, or sometimes simply a grand sense of whimsy. The urge to create one's own realm, to be the architect of one's own destiny, is a surprisingly persistent human trait. From childhood fantasies of treehouse kingdoms to elaborate role-playing scenarios, the allure of self-rule runs deep. For some, this urge doesn't fade with age. Instead, it blossoms into the full-fledged creation of a micronation, complete with its own history, laws, and, of course, a ruler. And it's the personalities at the helm of these tiny nations that truly make their stories so compelling. These are individuals who have, for various reasons, stepped outside the conventional world to forge their own paths, often embracing a unique and unforgettable persona in the process. They are the sovereign architects of their own peculiar realities. Perhaps the most famous example of a micronation with a determined ruler is the Principality of Sealand. Founded on a World War II anti-aircraft platform in the North Sea, off the coast of England, by Paddy Roybates in 1967, Sealand's history is as audacious as its location. Roybates, a former British Army major and pirate radio broadcaster, seized the abandoned platform, declaring it the independent Principality of Sealand. He styled himself Prince Roy, and his wife Joan became Princess Joan. Their motivation was initially to evade British broadcasting laws, but it quickly evolved into a genuine, if eccentric, claim of sovereignty. Prince Roy was not just a figurehead. He was the driving force behind Sealand's existence. He established its constitution, issued passports and currency, though neither were internationally recognized, and even defended its territory against an attempted invasion in 1978 by German and Dutch mercenaries, whom Roy's son Michael famously fought off with firearms. The personality of Prince Roy was central to Sealand's enduring notoriety. He was a charismatic and stubborn individual, fiercely protective of his self-proclaimed realm. His pronouncements were often grand, his belief in Sealand's sovereignty unwavering. He navigated legal challenges and international indifference with a blend of audacity and self-belief that cemented his place as one of the most memorable micronation rulers. Though Prince Roy passed away in 2012, his legacy lives on through his family, who continue to maintain Sealand's claim of independence. The story of Prince Roy and Princess Joan is a testament to the power of an individual's conviction, however unconventional their kingdom. Moving from a sea fort to the Californian desert, we encounter another fascinating ruler, Her Majesty Queen Caroline I, the benevolent and self-proclaimed monarch of the Republic of Slow-Jamaston. Born from the comedic mind of radio personality Randy Williams, Slow-Jamaston began as a humorous protest against the perceived slowness of obtaining a new driver's license. In 2021, Williams declared a small 10-acre patch of desert near Ocotillo Wells, California, as the independent nation of Slow-Jamaston, complete with its own time zone, currency, the dollar, and a ban on wearing Crocs. Queen Caroline I, or rather Randy Williams in character, embodies a more satirical and light-hearted approach to micronationalism. His royal pronouncements are often tongue-in-cheek. His interactions with citizens, mostly friends and online followers, filled with humor. Yet, beneath the comedic facade lies a genuine exploration of national identity and the often arbitrary nature of borders. The Queen's personality is key to Slogimaston's appeal. Randy Williams embraces the absurdity of it all with infectious enthusiasm, using his radio platform and social media to document the nation's growth, which includes a quest for international recognition. However ironic, Slogimaston, under the whimsical rule of Queen Caroline I, serves as a reminder that sometimes a nation can be born from a good joke and a strong sense of individual expression. Our exploration now takes a historical detour to examine a figure who, while not fitting the typical mold of a micronation ruler, embodies the eccentric spirit of self-proclaimed sovereignty. Norton I, the Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. Joshua Abraham Norton was a businessman who, in 1859, declared himself Emperor of America. Living in San Francisco, he issued his own imperial decrees, often addressing the political and social issues of the time with surprising insight and a touch of the absurd. He wore a self-designed uniform and was treated with a mixture of amusement and genuine respect by the citizens of San Francisco. Emperor Norton I, though his reign held no legal power, became a beloved figure. His decrees were published in local newspapers, and his presence was a unique part of San Francisco's cultural fabric. He even issued his own currency, which, while not legal tender, was often accepted by local businesses. Norton's eccentricity was legendary, but it was also harmless and, in many ways, endearing. He embodied a form of personal sovereignty, a refusal to be confined by conventional roles. While he didn't rule a physical micronation in the modern sense, his self-proclaimed imperial status and the way he embraced his role as emperor provide a fascinating historical precedent for the individualistic spirit often found in micronation founders. What drives these individuals to declare themselves kings, queens, emperors, or presidents of often tiny and unrecognized entities? The motivations are as diverse as the rulers themselves. For some, it's a form of political protest, a symbolic act of rebellion against established systems or perceived injustices. Their micronation becomes a platform to highlight their grievances or to model an alternative form of governance, however small scale. For others, it's a creative outlet, a form of artistic expression or elaborate role-playing. The micronation becomes a canvas for their imagination, allowing them to build a world according to their own rules and aesthetics. The royal persona becomes part of this artistic endeavor. Sometimes the motivation is deeply personal, a desire for control, for a sense of belonging, or simply for a bit of fun and escapism. In a world that can feel overwhelming and impersonal, creating a small realm where one's decisions hold weight can be empowering, even if that realm exists primarily in one's own mind or among a small circle of like-minded individuals. The element of eccentricity is often undeniable. These are individuals who are willing to step outside the norm, to embrace the unusual, and to pursue their vision, however unconventional it may seem to the outside world. Their self-assuredness in their self-proclaimed roles is often a key characteristic, allowing them to inhabit these royal personas with conviction. Ultimately, the kings and queens of nothing often reflect a fundamental human desire: the yearning for identity, for purpose, and for the chance to shape one's own world, even if that world is only a few acres wide, a sea platform adrift in the ocean, or simply a grand idea brought to life with a healthy dose of eccentricity. From sea forts to deserts, from satirical statements to genuine, if unconventional, beliefs, the kings and queens of nothing offer a fascinating glimpse into the human capacity for imagination, self-expression, and the enduring allure of sovereignty, however small the scale. They may rule over territories unrecognized by the powers of the world. Their crowns might be crafted from the everyday, and their decrees might hold little sway beyond their self-defined borders. Yet, their stories are a testament to the power of individual vision and the human desire to create and to rule, even if it's just a kingdom of one. In a world that often feels rigidly defined, these eccentric rulers and their improbable nations remind us that the boundaries of possibility are often more fluid than we might think, and that sometimes the most interesting stories are found not on the official maps, but in the hearts and minds of those who dare to dream of a kingdom, however bizarre. Which of these micronation rulers' stories fascinated you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this exploration into the world of self-proclaimed sovereignty, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more intriguing journeys into the edges of our world.